Tory Lanez and Megan the damn Stallion. Tory Lanez and Megan the damn Stallion. See, okay, so I've been looking at this, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna just give you as much as I can. I done wrote shit down. I done typed it up and I wrote some shit down. And I'm looking at my papers, and I'm like, God damn, this is a lot. This is a lot of information, guys. Okay, so the trial just began. Okay, finally, the trial has begun. In Los Angeles. Finally, damn. We have been waiting for 2, 3, 5 years. I forgot what happened. So, Megan Thee Stallion got shot. I know a lot of y'all have not forgot, right? Megan got shot. That's all they talk about. Both of her feet has been shot up. And we don't know who did it. Everybody's saying, she's saying Tory did it, Tory did it, Tory did it. But, it was 2 other people in the car, so we really, really don't know. This trial on the first day is not making it any easier. Okay? We got new details about a whole bunch of shit, but nothing is giving us an answer, okay? The trial is taking place out there in Los Angeles. Tory Lanez has vehemently denied these allegations. I think I should just make that clear for y'all who don't know, okay? He has denied these allegations of shooting Megan Thee Stallion in both her feet. Okay. The trial began on Monday, December 12th. It's expected to go for about 8 days. Tory, before this, they went into trial. He had tweeted. It was a quote from him that he tweeted. Something to the effect that he was staying off of social media and that the truth will soon reveal itself and it will come out. And so now here we are. Okay, I think the trial's gonna last for about a week. They say 8 days. So, by Friday we should know something. Okay? Because today we don't know shit. Okay? So that's what Tory is saying. He's saying the truth shall come out, and the truth, like Jesus say, shall set him free. That's what I'm guessing. According to the popular podcast No Jumper, the prosecution opened the trial with the quote, "Dance, bitch." Those are words from Tory Lanez that he allegedly yelled at Megan Thee Stallion before allegedly shooting her. The story was given to dispel the love triangle rumors that Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and Megan's ex-best friend Kelsey Harris were all fooling and fucking around together, right? They claimed Tory and Megan's arguments started because Megan said Tory's music was trash. Do y'all believe that? Does that sound believable? That Megan would tell Tory Lanez that his music was trash? Yeah, sounds about right to me. It says this, now I don't think his music's trash. What's funny is that I was just fucking with Tory. I was fucking with Tory, especially because he was on the White Boy song. What's his name? The White Boy song. It was Tory and DaBaby and Jack, of course, Jack Harlow. And a good album he has, and it was a really good song. But I was fucking with the song because Tory, and I was like, damn, this nigga good. And there was a few other shit that I heard in the past from Tory because I don't listen to him like that, but they was all good. So I was like, you know what, Tory Lanez may be a good artist. Let me listen to him. But then he shot Megan up like that, and I had to feel for Megan talking about protecting black women. And ever since she kind of said that, because I really feel that black women are so underprotected, especially by black men. And this was a black man who, allegedly shot her. So I just felt, it was best for me to really look into this and figure out, well, why would Megan be lying? So I'm kind of biased because I believe Megan. I do. I just don't see why she would be lying. But bitches lie every day, so I don't really know. But the whole black women being underprotected is very true. So I said, you know what? I already sort of believe you, so I'm going to just stick over here. And I really stopped listening to Tory's music because of that. And then everything after it, he just seems a bit arrogant about it to me, because it's not like he's accused of, shooting some nigga. He's accused of shooting a woman. And I just think he would, he's accused. So listen, he got 23 years on the line. Okay. So I at this point, I understand fighting for your motherfucking life, because ain't nobody going to jail for no 23 years. Okay. Especially some shit we ain't done if he ain't done it. But, he had been arrogant and cocky, and although he did apologize, and we'll get to it, but he didn't seem apologetic to me. He didn't seem apologetic to me. I need apologection in the room. I need more apologection in the room. When everything first happened, she's a woman. So I just felt like, if you want to treat her like a dog, bro, then, we'll let the truth come out in the courthouse. And so I'm on Meg's side with this one. But let me tell you, okay, now they say, listen, so after she called his music trash, and this is from the prosecution, this is from Megan and them. Now, after she said that is when she left the car. She got out the car, and then Tory, followed behind Dance Bitch and started shooting at her. Okay? This is what their story is. Now, a lot of people were already upset with Megan. You know what? Let me talk about this too. They was upset with Megan because of her lying about glass in her foot. But speaking of lying, I want to talk about the Gayle King thing for just a second, because she did lie on Gayle King, and I'm sorry to everybody who's listening, because I meant to go back and watch the video to be clear on what I initially thought. But my initial thoughts from watching that video was, Megan lied, but it was such a, it was like a lie by omission. There was something there in that Gayle King question that Megan, she got around, and I couldn't remember exactly why. But my consensus was, she just lied. She definitely was fucking Tory. I mean, we know you were fucking Tory. That's why it was stupid to me of why she lied about that. And even her answer, she had to ask her again, what'd you say? Or she had to pause. It was something. I said, yeah, she fucked that boy. And I didn't understand why I did. Because I thought the lie was, this is what the discrepancy was. And you guys can go back and watch it. Her discrepancy was that she was telling Gayle that she was not fucking Tory Lanez, as in the fact that they had a sexual relationship. Yes, that's what it was. She pretty much made it seem to me as though she fucked Tory Lanez. She had fucked him once or twice. That's what I got from it. Because she took a pause when Gayle asked her that, because, bitch, you fucked Tory Lanez. But Gayle's line of questioning was towards, did you have a sexual relationship with him, as if they were fucking. And I believe that she was denying the fact that they were fucking, they just had this relationship where they would just fuck. I think that they fucked. I think they were cool, been cool before he started fucking on her friend Kelsey. But he was fucking Kelsey. Megan probably got word of that and wanted some of that dick. This is what I believe. This is just what I believe. And she fucked Tory. I believe she fucked Tory. Now, was she fucking Tory? I kind of believe that that's what she was alluding to when she was talking to Gayle. That it wasn't like they had this relationship where they were just fucking. But she has fucked him. And that wasn't the exact question that Gayle asked her. Was, has she fucked him once or twice? Or had she ever had a relationship with him? I don't think that was the question that Gayle asked. So she was able to kind of get away by saying no to the relationship aspect of it. That's what I got. And everybody's taking that as she's lying. And then she lied about the glass. So nobody wants to believe her about Tory Lanez shooting her, because she seems to be a liar. Hey, listen, I may be biased, maybe because I like Meg. I don't know. I do like her music. So both of those I understand, especially because I'm blackity black. So the glass in the foot, she already has said she didn't want to tell the cops that he had a gun and that he had just shot her, because she thought, the cops would be reckless and maybe shoot him because he's a black man with a gun. The George Floyd thing had just happened. Everything was going on. And I believe her about that. That's black women. They be protecting black men. Okay. Especially from some racist shit like that. So I believe that. I do. I believe that's why she said it was glass and wanted the thing to blow over. But because it did not blow over and had to go to the hospital, and it was revealed that they were actually bullet fragments, a few weeks later, to a month, she finally said that Tory did shoot her. It was like she had to. I don't think she really wanted to. And I think that because of his arrogance, like I was talking, he wasn't really apologetic. I think they just fell off, and she was like, fuck it. I try to protect you. I try not to say nothing. So fuck it. This is what it is. And now here we are. That's what I believe. Okay, now this was the stuff that I didn't know about. Now her prosecution, her team is saying that Tory punched the shit out of Kelly. Did y'all know that? Or Kelsey. Excuse me, Kelsey. Kelsey Harris is her name. This is Megan's ex-best friend. She was also in the car. Okay, guys, remember there's 4 people in the car. There was the driver, the security guard. I believe he was the driver. At least he was in the car. He was the security guard, Tory Lane's security guard. Then there was Megan, Tory, and Megan's best friend, Kelsey, right? So Kelsey is said to have been punched the shit out of by Tory Lanez. Now, I hate to hear that or believe that from Tory Lanez, but because there's a big possibility, bro, that you shot Megan. Why would I put it past you that you punched this girl in her face? So, I don't know, but that's what Megan's team is alleging. Now, Kelsey will take the stand. I'm not exactly sure when, but she will take the stand, so we will know, because y'all better ask her about that. I mean, that's just crazy. He was also said to have pulled Kelsey by her hair. I mean, they are detailed about this. Okay. Both women were told to return to the car by Daddy Tory. Tory, he Big Daddy Tory, because he's fucking on both of them, if you haven't heard. Okay. And so when this all happened, he told them to get their asses back in the car, and they both looked up and said, yes, Dad, and they ran back to the car. Okay, I made that part up, but, we wasn't there. I mean, hell, that could have happened too. Anyway, once they get back into the car, Kelsey was said to have texted Megan's security guard. Now, his name is Justin Edison. Okay, Justin Edison, Mr. Edison, I believe he's going to take the stand as well, right? So just remember these names, Kelsey and Justin, because they got some splaining to do, okay? Got some splaining to do. Now, she texted him and said, help. Tory shot Meg, 911. I remember this was on Gayle King's interview. When I seen that, I said, what the hell are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? Now, just think, why the fuck would Kelsey say that? This is before Megan Thee Stallion got her ass on Instagram Live and said, nigga, you shot me. That's when she first said, Tory shot me. Because when it all happened and there was glass and a whole bunch of bullshit coming out, people were already speculating. They said, no, that's bullets. She got shot. People heard shots. People got wind of the 911 calls. They got the medical examiners, whatever paperwork they could get, these bloggers and shit, and found out that they were bullet wounds, not glass. So everybody was putting it together that Megan had got shot. That same night, Tory Lanez was the only one to get arrested for a gun. That's why it was dumb to me. When the news came out, it was that it wasn't glass, that she had in fact got shot, and they were trying to figure out, well, who shot her? At the same time, Tory had just been arrested for a gun. I said, this nigga the only one that got a gun. What are we talking about? There's 4 motherfuckers in the car. It's not that many people. It's only 3 motherfuckers who could have done it. That's why it's really crazy to me. Why the defense would get up here now. They're painting the picture. They're painting the picture as if it was Kelsey, the best friend, okay? But painting a picture, motherfucker, say it. Say straight up, it was Kelsey. I seen it. I was there. It was Kelsey. That's what I don't get. Megan said, nigga, you shot me. That's what she said. That's what she said. She's the only one who was shot and the only one who said what she said, who put a name on it. Everybody else, Kelsey has not said anything. The security guard has not said anything. And Tory has not said anything. That's why I'm confused. Y'all can at least say Tory didn't do it. Because she claimed he did. So before she ever claimed he did, Kelsey sends this text message to the security guard, Megan's security guard, and says, Tory, help, Tory shot Meg. 911. The prosecution, guys, plans to use this evidence in the case. Quote, she's a prosecution witness and she has a contemporaneous text message that she sent that is marked in time forever and ever, where she says, without any doubt, Tory shot Meg. This is from Alex Spiro. Alex Spiro, I think is his name, the personal attorney to Megan Thee Stallion. This is what he said about Kelsey. He said that will come into evidence, and that's devastating evidence. Tory shot Meg. I mean, what else? She has to explain that. I mean, she's going to have to explain that. And I don't know how you spin it around and say he didn't. I don't know. Kelsey's text message lines up with a 5-minute timeline frame or a time frame of after residents called 911 and complained about hearing gunshots that came from that black SUV. So all of this is lining up. Again, this is all before we knew anything. Okay, this is all happening that night. Well before Megan said Tory did it. So Kelsey said Tory did it. The DA and them are agreeing that Tory did it. Megan said Tory did. That's why I'm not understanding. I'm not okay. Well, I mean, this is America. This is America. He is innocent until proven guilty. So, I mean, we just gotta go through this. But okay. It also says prosecutors claim when the police pulled over the SUV, they found a quote warm firearm in a slide lock position. This indicates that every bullet in the gun had been used. What are we doing? What are we doing this night, regardless of who shot Megan? Why is every bullet gone? What is the gun about? Y'all 4 friends. I'm not understanding. It's not clicking with me. It's not clicking with me. It says they then would play an audio of Tory Lanez apologizing to Kelsey from jail. So Tory even apologizes to Kelsey from jail. The prosecutors or the prosecution is using 3 key evidence of Tory apologizing. One is audio of him apologizing to Kelsey. They also have a text message of him apologizing to Megan. And allegedly, he also apologized to Megan's bodyguard, Justin Edison. Now, this is ridiculous. So he apologized to Kelsey. Then he apologized to Megan. And then he apologized to the security guard. Allegedly. So, again, the security guard obviously is going to have to take the stand. I mean, they're going to have to get the security guard on the stand because he knows too much. I mean, not Tory's security guard, who also should be on the stand, but now Megan's security guard, who was texted by not only Kelsey, who said Tory shot Meg 911, but now Tory texted Justin, and he apologized, allegedly. This is alleged. Now, what we know is the audio, because the audio was played in court. They heard Tory Lanez apologizing to Kelsey. He called her from jail that night and apologized to Kelsey for what happened. Do I have the quote? I don't have the quote. But he apologized for everything that happened that night. However, he did not specifically say that he shot Megan. He didn't say anything about a gun or that he shot Megan. He also apologized to Megan. Again, never mentioning a gun. He just said, I apologize for what happened. And he took responsibility, guys. He said it was his fault. Now, his team, they said, I think in the pretrial earlier in the year, that we will soon find out what he was apologizing for. And they said the reason he did not mention the gun because he was not apologizing for shooting Meg. They said we will soon, I guess this week, we're going to find out what he was apologizing for, because what the hell was you apologizing for? Now, this is because we now know that Tory was fucking on both of them and giving them deep dick. Okay? Because obviously, because they upset. And the whole thing started, allegedly, these are from bloggers, allegedly because Tory was getting cozy with Kylie Jenner in the pool. Now there's a video of Meg in the pool with Kylie and Tory that night. She went live, so we seen that. And allegedly that night in that pool, Tory was getting a little too cozy with Kylie. Megan got jealous, and that's when Kylie asked Megan to leave. Told her, I think it's time for you to leave. Tory would leave with her because they all came together. That's when all this happened in the SUV. So allegedly she's upset, drunk, mad, jealous. This is the mad, jealous, drunk tirade. That this is what Megan is on that night. So him apologizing to Kelsey and Megan, I mean, it could be for fucking both of them. It could be for fucking both of y'all. It very much could be, because it's being painted that this night was the first night that Kelsey had found out that Tory Lanez and Megan was fucking, which I find it stupid. But maybe so, because before that night, Megan and Tory were hanging out a lot. Okay, and Megan, this is just my opinion, she was hanging out with a lot of niggas. Okay, to me, Megan was already building a reputation of fucking a lot of the rappers, a lot of these guys in the industry. That was the consensus. I forgot who she was fucking with before Tory. Y'all remember? But she was fucking with somebody like right before Tory. And I mean, it was just a lot of rumors about her fucking with people, but we didn't know. Like, we didn't know her and Tory was fucking around. We just seen them together a lot. So it was kind of, yeah. So, I mean, but maybe Kelsey didn't know because she's a friend, and we didn't even know Kelsey at this time. But every time Megan was with Tory, Kelsey was probably there too, and she's probably like, I'm fucking him. Y'all just friends. So she probably didn't know. But she also alleged that Megan had done this to her before. She did this with her to when she was fucking on the baby. Kelsey was fucking the baby, and then Megan went behind her and fucked the baby. And she said she was fucking Ben Simmons, the basketball player. And then Megan went behind her and fucked Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was messing with Kylie's sister. So he immediately had to jump in on Today and deny the rumors. Seemingly, he denied the rumors. So he's trying to get out of that one. The only thing that would not make sense that Tory was apologizing about the whole love triangle and fucking all these girls and, you know, getting like, I'm taking responsibility, all this is my fault, which very much it could have been, is the fact that he also texted Megan's security guard. Now, that's alleged. We don't have any proof of that just yet. But if that is proven to be true, apologizing to the security guard? Why would he apologize to the security guard for fucking Megan and her friend? That has nothing to do with the security guard. He would not be texting the security guard, I apologize for fucking your boss and her friend. That's not why he texted the security guard, I apologize. So if that is true, that he apologized to that security guard, he was not apologizing about fucking these girls, which is just something I'm throwing out there because I can't think of anything else. What else is he apologizing for? For getting kicked out that night? Allegedly, Megan is the one that got them kicked out. So what does he apologize? The damn gun. For shooting. There was also a rumor that Kelsey and him was tussling over the gun. And that's how it went off. Gun residue was found on both Tory and Kelsey. Okay, now that's a new development. We have believed that and thought that in the beginning of the year when everything was coming out, but we didn't know. But it has now been proven that the gun residue was found on Tory and Megan's ex-best friend Kelsey. Prosecutors claim Kelsey had gun residue on her because of the physical altercation that she and Tory got into, implying that Tory got the residue on her. So Megan's team is saying that it still was Tory. That she only got it on there because she was fighting with Tory. And maybe that's where some of these bloggers getting that tussle story from, where they're saying that they were tussling over the gun. I don't know. It's too much confusion, and they're confused. They're muddying the waters even more as this thing goes on. But I'm going to tell you something. It also says, but hold on. It says once the defense took the stand, they claimed that Megan's team left out the beginning of the whole situation when Megan was on a drunken, jealous tirade, which led to them getting kicked out of Kylie Jenner's house that night. Kylie Jenner is scheduled to take the stand. Kris Jenner's boyfriend, Corey Gamble, is also scheduled to take the stand. Both will be witnesses for the defense. The defense is claiming that after Megan got the group kicked out of Kylie's party, she and Tory were arguing, and Kelsey would take Megan's side. Tory would reveal that Megan had slept with him behind Kelsey's back, who at the time was sleeping with Tory as well. Kelsey revealed to him that Megan has done this before with the baby and Ben Simmons. This was said to infuriate Megan Thee Stallion. Now Megan has turned into She-Hulk. Okay, Megan has turned into the She-Hulk because Kelsey is claiming that she always fuck her boyfriends. That's what Kelsey is claiming. So Megan had the driver pull over and stop the car, and she proceeded to beat Kelsey the fuck up. Does this sound about right to you? Does this make sense? This is the part that Megan's team had left out. Okay. Now there's a witness that his name is Sean Kelly. Now I'm not sure if his actual name is Sean Kelly or if he's just using this like a John Doe, but he's gone by Sean Kelly, and he is the resident of the house that the SUV was parked by during this whole incident. And he claims he was there at the trial, that he claims that he saw Megan and Kelsey fighting. So that is true. I mean, we got Tory's team saying it, and Mr. Sean Kelly is saying that he saw the two women fighting. Okay? So all of the jewelry and stuff that's left on the ground that the prosecutors found, they're claiming that, it was there. All right, we'll get into it. I don't think we got there yet. But it's because it's so much. It's so stupid. But I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, listen. So Sean Kelly, he said he's seen that. So they were fighting. I believe it. Prosecutors' first witness was Officer Diaz. She testified to the blood trail that Megan left behind after the alleged shooting. However, the defense caught the officer in some contradictions. The defense showed him, Officer Diaz is a guy. They showed him a picture of the marking in the middle of the road that was left by responding officers to identify the evidence. He could not distinguish which markings identified which piece of evidence. The prosecution's last witness was Officer Cabrera. Now, she is a woman, and she testified that she pulled the SUV over that night and found the gun on the front passenger seat where Tory was seated. Okay, that's why I believe his driver was driving. I mean, his security guard was driving. The defense got Cabrera to testify that Kelsey was the last one to get pulled out of the car, and then they rebutted if Kelsey was the last person to exit the vehicle, she could have put the gun on the passenger's side. Correct. So they're alleging or implying that Kelsey moved the gun and put it on Tory's seat because the gun was found on Tory's seat. What are we not seeing? This is okay. It was also learned that Kelsey accepted Tory's apology from the audio recording and agreed to help him get out of jail. This is all very sad because this happened when WAP came out for Megan Thee Stallion, when her and Cardi B. She had just done the song with Beyonce. Megan's career, it was taking off. Okay, that was her year. And then this happened. And Tory, who has been in the game for a very long time, he was making a pretty big comeback. And then all of this happened. And it got them, out here looking crazy. I'm going to tell you this. I don't know if you guys heard everything I said and could put everything together because it was a lot. And we got the rest of the week to go through all of this, and a lot of other shit is about to come out. But I'm going to tell you just like this because I've always believed Megan about this situation. And I'm sorry, I just do. Now, everything may not be completely accurate, but when it comes to who shot her and how those bullet fragments got in her foot, I believe it was because of Tory Lanez. I do. The gun residue being on the friend as well, I believe that they had an altercation. Rather, she was wrestling with him to get the gun away from him, or he actually punched the bitch in her face. If he did that, come on, man. But I believe an altercation happened between him and Kelsey that allowed her to have residue on her. If Kelsey shot Megan Thee Stallion, I believe Megan Thee Stallion would have said that. She don't fuck with that bitch. She don't fuck with her. You used to be my best friend, and I don't fuck with you today? You think I'm gonna let you live? You think I'm gonna let you slide? Oh, I know this bitch did it, but I'm going to blame it on Tory. It's a possibility that this bitch did it, but I'm going to say Tory did it. Fuck that. She don't fuck with that bitch. If she thought it was her, if it was her, if she thought it was her, we don't know. She would have said, Kelsey did it. Kelsey shot me. Bitch, you shot me. Instead of nigga, she would have said, bitch, you shot me. Or at least implied, and maybe you had something to do with it too. She is not even looking at Kelsey. She said who did it. She said what she said. Tory has not said who done it. Kelsey has not said who done it besides that text message. The security guard has not said who done it. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, ladies and gentlemen listening, y'all, I believe Tory Lanez shot that woman. I do. In a court, if we've watched many court shows, we all know that all Tory has to do is provide reasonable doubt. And that's exactly how his team started off. I think he has a really good team. It sounds like he has a better team than Megan. But they starting off with the reasonable doubt, talking about her jealous tirade at the Kylie Jenner party, which doesn't have much to do with why we're here. One person shot another person. All the other muddle around it does not matter. Why you won't just say a name, Tory's side? Megan's saying a name. They said Tory. So Tory's side can just say a name instead of implying that Kelsey has something to do with it or Kelsey did it. You were there. Did she do it or did she not? I believe that his team is trying to provide reasonable doubt so that the jury will doubt that Tory did it. Like, they can't say he didn't do it, but there is a reasonable enough doubt that he may not have done it because of all this muddle with Kelsey having her fingerprints on it or having residue on her, and nobody's saying anything. That's what I believe. I do. I don't know if he's going to win or get away. I don't know how the trial is going to end, because he very much can prove reasonable doubt, because we just don't fucking know. But I believe that there will be enough evidence and maybe witnesses to corroborate Megan's story. Lastly, I want to leave it with this, because we talked about protecting black women. For me, I want to watch out for the trauma that is in our community. And ever since this happened, I could only imagine the trauma that's built for Megan Thee Stallion, that Megan had built up throughout this incident, because this was a man that she was fucking, regardless of what happened or what's going on or what we think about who. At that time, she was fucking him. Okay? She was a friend of his. He was a friend of hers. So to have a nigga you fucking and who's your friend or whatever shoot you, okay, he didn't just, because I was like, why he ain't just slap the bitch? Ain't that enough? Punch the bitch? Ain't this enough? We would have been mad enough. We would have been on his ass enough. That's domestic enough violence. But he shot her. I mean, what the fuck? Pulled out a gun and shot. So I had to she is traumatized regardless of what happened. The girl is traumatized. And she even did the whole Trauma Zine or whatever her album was called. It's a very unfortunate thing. And then afterwards, I think is really what set her off, because people weren't believing her and they were calling her a liar. They were calling her a hoe, because Megan was getting around, and she wasn't being honest in that interview with Gayle about fucking Tory. She should have. When you're in this case like this and you got to go to court, you should have just said, yeah, because you're looking like a liar. You already looked like a liar for the glass thing. And I understand why she did it, why she said what she said, but you lied. You did lie. So we know you're capable of lying, lady. So, but I'm going to give a few tips on trauma from the Googler, and then we can get up out of here, because that's really all I think about when it comes to this situation in this case. I do not want Tory Lanez to go to jail for 23 years. I think that's crazy. But Tory, he was charged with assault with a semi-automatic weapon, that's why I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about. He was charged with the unregistered gun. He was placed on house arrest for something. they thought he would be tampering or what they call it, like intimidating the witnesses. Like Tory is out here. He was just on the house. Tory is out here, guys, like doing the worst. And that's why I lean to Megan's side, because Megan don't even have a history like that. Now, she may have a history of fucking a whole bunch of niggas and maybe not telling the truth, but she don't have that violent history. Didn't he just fight August Alsina? He just fucked that nigga up. And I mean, I don't really care too much for August myself. I don't know too much about him, but August seemed like a nigga who probably could have been asking for an ass whooping. But it does not negate the fact that Tory Lanez seems to be violent. That's why I'm like, Megan, you can't be lying when you got a trial coming up, and Tory, you can't be violent. You got a trial coming up. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Okay. Coping with traumatic stress, guys. Coping with traumatic stress. It says lean to your loved ones. I don't know who's Megan is talking to right now. I know her mom had passed away, so it's hard. I'm sure it's hard for her. But lean to loved ones, guys. If you are trying to heal from traumatic events, identify friends and family members for support. If you feel ready to discuss the traumatic event, you might talk. You might talk to them about your experience and your feelings. You can also ask loved ones to help you with household tasks or other obligations to relieve stress. So hopefully she's around a lot of friends, getting a lot of getting a lot of help to be stress-free. Okay, this is from the American Psychological Association, okay, APA.org, okay? So this is real stuff. It says to face your feelings. Okay, just face it, Megan. Face it. It's normal to want to avoid thinking about the traumatic event, but not leaving the house, sleeping all the time, isolating yourself from loved ones, and using substances to escape reminders are not healthy ways to cope. And I heard that Megan likes to drink. I hope somebody's watching her. I think, 2 years ago, before this all happened, Megan was all over social media. She kind of been chilling. She really chilled since this trial was coming up. So I hope somebody's watching and checking up on her. Though avoidance is normal, too much of it can prolong your stress and keep you from healing gradually. Try to ease back into a normal routine. Support from loved ones or a mental health professional can help a lot as you get in the groove. Okay, 3, it says prioritize self-care. Prioritize self-care. Okay, do your best to eat nutritious meals, get regular physical activity, and get a good night's sleep, and seek out other healthy coping strategies such as art, music, meditation, relaxation, and spending time in nature. And I'm sure she's doing this with her music and everything. And, it looks like I said she got away from social media to get ready for this trial. It's about prioritizing, and I hope that Megan's prioritizing. I feel like she's getting that one right. And being patient. The last one is being patient. Remember that it's normal to have a strong reaction to a distressing event. Okay, distressing event. To take things one day at a time as you recover. As the days pass, your symptoms should gradually improve. Now, I hope that she heard that one, and I think that she's doing that and being as patient as she can, because blogs and other people are coming at her. I mean, celebrities. Drake has said something in one of his, and even though I think she took it the wrong way, but there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions, and you are a public figure. So I know, at the end of the day, you're still a human. You shit and piss just like the rest of us. So I know when you're sleeping or you're alone, you think about that. So I just hope she's being patient with herself. I hope she's prioritizing self-care, facing her feelings, which I think has been a struggle outside looking in for her. But I think she's coming into like her feelings of how she felt, especially when she said 2 years ago that, nigga, you shot me. She had to just face the feelings. Lean on loved ones. And I don't know who that is today, with her friend not being here and, her boyfriend shooting her and her mom, not with us. So, God bless Megan, and who got shot by somebody, And for Tory and his team, I do wish the best on them, because I really don't want to see 23 years. I don't like that. I don't even know what is appropriate, to be honest. But 23 years sounds like a lifetime for him. So I don't agree with that. And I wish it didn't have to get here. But guys, we have to take care of each other. I hate black on black crime. I hate black people doing shit like this to each other, especially black men and black women. And then other black men, you know, like the baby and them getting involved. You know, I love the baby. But, you know, Meg is a woman. And I just think that women deserve a little more grace, especially from men. Because a lot of the time, we can take that shit. Like Tory being talked about and shit, he can take that shit a lot better than Megan, I think. Which both can take it. Both are strong. But I think women deserve a little more grace. And because she is a victim in some form or fashion, because she was shot, regardless if it was Kelsey or Tory, whichever one of y'all did it. If it was a security guard, who cares? She was the one shot. So let's have a little more sympathy for her until we know the exact truth. I mean, Tory walked out from that situation healthy. So did Kelsey, and so did the security guard. She was the only one that was hurt, and life changed. So that's my thoughts. That's what I've been thinking. I guess we'll be following this story all fucking week. God damn. I promise you, I'm not going to talk this long the next time. I'm going to give you the bullet points, because this is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is all you need to know. Tory Lanez team is trying to prove reasonable doubt. That's what they're trying to prove, and that's all they have to prove. I mean, shit, the lawyer's doing his job. That's all he has to prove is reasonable doubt. But what I'm telling you, because what I believe, this is my belief. This is just me. This is no fact. This is just me. I believe Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. I believe he said dance bitch. Believe he said dance bitch and shot at the ground at Megan Thee Stallion, wanting her to dance, bitch. And those bullet fragments got into her feet, and he actually wound up shooting her or damaging her feet because of that. I believe he did that. I believe Kelsey was trying to stop him, and he probably beat her or pushed her around. I believe that. I believe Tory Lanez harmed Megan Thee Stallion. I believe he did that. And today, his team is only trying to prove reasonable doubt, because they cannot prove anything else. They can't prove that somebody else did it. I guess you don't have to. Megan has to prove that he did it, and all he has to prove is that he didn't do it. I guess the fight is really on Megan. Megan has to prove that he did it. They're just giving reasonable doubt. And the fact that we're starting off with all this doubtfulness, guys, and just the way that what about this part, or what about her fighting this, and what about her having sex with, like, all of that is just creating reasonable doubt, which is, again, that's all they have to do. But it doesn't seem innocent to me. It don't seem like you're professing innocence. It seems like you're professing reasonable doubt so that you can win this case, because you did in fact shoot her. Those are my thoughts, what I've been thinking, guys. I want you to leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about this Tory Lanez versus Megan Thee Stallion case. We're finally here. Who do y'all think did what? Who's telling the truth and who's lying?